Hello everyone, my name is Rukshana Taliba and I'm going to walk you through my personal investment portfolio and the lessons that I've learned from trading this semester. This presentation reflects my real decisions that I've made throughout my portfolio and how I improved as an investor. My goal is not just to show the numbers, but explain my thought process behind each choice and the choices that have taught me. By the end of the presentation, you'll see how I built a balanced portfolio and the risks that I face, but what I would do differently moving forward. This is my portfolio overview. The total account balance is $11,351.85, and it includes a mixed growth of stocks, EFTs, and mutual funds. When I first started building this portfolio, my goal was to create something that was diversified, but also simple enough so I could learn from it. I intentionally picked assets from different categories so I could understand how each one behaves, especially during market changes like dips and trends. Having a combination of stocks, EFTs, and mutual funds helped me see how they perform differently. Such as stocks, they move fast, they can swing a lot. EFTs are more stable because they include many companies. Mutual funds are slower and long-term focused. The variety of this allowed me to manage risk while aiming for the growth that I intend to, making profit. Here are all the positions in my portfolio that I invested in. I want to give you a full list of the positions and the stocks that I shared. The first thing that I started with was Tesla because Tesla was trending in the beginning. Elon Musk was making changes, he was investing, he was moving quickly, so that caused a jump in Tesla. And moving on, I got 9 shares of Tesla. Moving on to Google, I got 5 shares, Fofo 28 shares, QQQ 2 shares, Nike 8 shares. The reason why I have different quantities of shares is because the app that I use, Stim Market, it allowed me $10,000 to start investing in. So what I did was I invested in the stocks that I normally would. And then I went to stocks that are all over the place so I could get a feel for what's out there. But the app didn't allow me to have real experience that much because it limited my varieties, such as it didn't give me the right number of data and the right number of information for me to invest. The numbers were not matching the real world, in other words. I bought Chase 88 shares, BX 1 share. The reason why Chase was less for some reason compared to the real world, that's why I bought 88 shares. Plus it was trending during the time where they made the headquarters in New York. So I believe that these caused a jump in making profit. All in all, this mix allowed me to expose myself to multiple industries, including tech, consumer goods, finance, and growth sectors. For example, Tesla and Google gave me exposure to high growth tech. Nike and Wingstop represented consumer spending. QQQ gave me a broader tech exposure through EFT. Mutual funds like Chase let me invest in professionally managed holding, which reduced risks for me. And this allowed me to see how each one behaves and help me understand the stability and investing more and trying to maintain my profits. But it also allowed me to learn and gain exposure. Why I built this portfolio. I built this portfolio with 3 main ideas in mind, 3 main goals. First, diversification. It was to reduce risk. I just didn't want to depend on one company or one sector. That's why you see different companies, different quantities of stocks and numbers and shares. Second, long-term growth potential. I choose these assets that have a long-term performance and histories and potential growth over time. Third, it was for me to learn, to have a learning experience, and want to try to manage different asset types so I could build confidence as an investor. These goals helped me stay focused, prevented me from investing randomly. And again, everything has a reason as to why it's causing a high trend or causing a dip in the stock market. Now, I want to share the breakdown by category. The growth stocks were Tesla, Google, and SPGI that helped me push performance when the market was strong. These companies are known for their innovations and long-term expansion. As we know, Tesla has been going strong for a couple of years now, and they've been increasing their technologies and innovations. My consumer goods and retail stocks like Nike and Wingstop showed me how companies depend heavily on consumer spending trends. My EFTs, such as Triple Q, acted as a stabilizer because since it had many companies across which kept my profits maintained. Even if one company dropped, it still maintained its original holdings. My mutual funds were basically long-term holdings that focused on one steady return and professional management. Finally, sector stocks gave me exposure to more focused industries. Breaking down these categories responded depending on how the economy was doing. All of them had a reaction when the economy was growing or when they were struggling. Here are some lessons that I've learned. One of them being that diversification is protection. Even if one stock goes down, other might stay stable or even go up. So for example, if one of the tech companies dip, my mutual funds consumer will help me gain the balance of my portfolio. Diversification does not always guarantee profit, but it reduces the impact of all the profits decreasing. So even if this sector of the market was causing a decrease, I was able to maintain calm because I knew that other sectors would help me gain the losses that was caused from the first sector. So diversification is very key in trying to keep a profit or having a less impact. And mixing sectors reduces the risk that you have. Lesson 2, market timing. Another important lesson is that timing the market is extremely difficult. That being said, that it's very hard and it's unpredictable because when prices jump or fall, it makes it really unreliable to invest. The market moves based on many factors such as earnings, news, global issues, but no one can predict these. What works better is having consistency and having patience throughout. The reason why people invest is to have long-term goals. Like the goal of investing is to have long-term. And having this will reduce stress and improve the results in the long run. Lesson 3, emotional and discipline. It is a huge part of investing because some stocks, such as Pepe or the Trump coin or the meme coins, are only increased because of the hype of social media, such as also XRP was trending in the beginning of the years because of cryptocurrency and stuff like that, where it jumped, but it also had a huge fall. And it just goes to show that not everything will have a stability even if it's hyped. I also learned not to have a panic sale during the market dips because I believe the opposite, where even if you have a panic sale, like even if the prices are falling, I think it's better to buy it at lesser and then sell it for higher. That's the whole point. Buy low, sell high in order to make profit. And always stay focused on the long-term goals because that's how you maintain a profit and you tend to not react even if it's a small dip at a small short time. Moving on, the fourth lesson that I understood is that you always have to do your own research, no matter what, because researching the companies or the sector that you want to invest in builds confidence over time, and you're confident that the growth that you will make in that company. So when you buy a stock, you need to research the company and not buy into the hype. Yeah, you can have like an overview from social media, but it's always important to like do a deep dive and make sure that you are choosing the sector or the stock based on facts, not just misinformation that was presented. So all in all, always do your own research because it helps you make better decisions in the future. In conclusion, this portfolio helped me grow as an investor and gain real experience somewhat. I was able to build a balanced, diversified portfolio that taught me how to manage risks and focus on long-term growth. The most important lessons that I learned overall was diversification is essential. Never put your eggs into one basket. Always spread them out because you never know what's going to happen in the economy. It's unstable at some point. Timing the market does somewhat work based on reliable information, but not all the time. And always do your research because it builds confidence in what you're investing. To conclude, I feel prepared to invest in the future, but now I understand how different assets work and how to stay consistent. Thank you so much for hearing me out. I hope you enjoyed. Can't wait to see other presentations. Good